Good morning. Uh, My name is Natalia Flores Helves, and today I'm going to talk to you about Task 2, Theater or Cultural Performance. I am in Group 11, and my tutor is Sergio Alexander Aristizábal. So to start talking about this topic, I'm going to explain to you three topics: language, culture, and identity science of life. In this topic, the author mentions that human being isn't pure biology. They are also social and cultural. So from this point, he mentions that human learns while they interact in the context, and they become more proficient at using the language and get immersed in the culture. So it's like when a little kid born, they didn't have a language acquired, and they start to listen and to observe all the behaviors that his mother, father, or sisters or relatives has, and they and he start to take that language, that behaviors, and adapt uh, in his identity. It's the same. For example, when Spanish came to America first time, people who lived in America didn't have uh, didn't have any idea about the religious, about the language, and as soon as they interact, or as soon as they uh, put in contact with that language, with that behaviors that Spanish has, they became a part of that culture. Yes, and they built a new identity and appropriate its language, its behaviors, all the things that Spanish has, and the same happen with Spanish. So that's why the author mentions. Another another topic is language, culture, identity, and ethnolinguistic perspective. Okay, and in this reading, I focus in two ideas. The first one is identity is not just something we can decide on ourselves. The second one is contrast. It is constructed by other people. So most of the time, I'll say this: my identity is what I am, but something that we have to think and consider is that we construct or build our 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 identity based on the behaviors we observe, or we get in contact while we were growing up. Yes, because for example, as I mentioned before, American people didn't know nothing about religion, about Catholic religion, and didn't know nothing about Spanish. But as soon as they were persuaded at adapt that religion, they became to to believe, yes, in that kind of of customs that Spanish has. And nowadays, most of the people practices the Catholicism, and is the biggest religion in the world. So they didn't decide to behave in that way. Maybe they start to behave in that way because they were a part of that contest. Yes, and it was necessary to change certain behaviors in order to to figure out in the new society that was construct. So that's why identity, it's not constructed by myself, but ourselves, but also it is constructed by other people that have influenced the way that I feel, the way that I behave, the way that I speak, yes, in the society. And the last one was about relation between language and society. So in this point, it's right to say that a speech means identity with a community. First emerged in the 1960s. And so in this part, I could say that many communities can speak the same languages, but that language could be different from a specific culture to another one, because maybe, for example, Spanish has a specific word to refer a thing that maybe has a different meaning in American society or in Colombian context, for example. So that's why that's the idea in this reading. And another point is that language influences people and society. For example, well, maybe when a new word appear or when a new word is accepted into a context, it is because most of the people that speak that language used that language in different contexts to talk about something specific. So that's the point that I wanted to share with you. That's all for today. Thanks for your attention and see you next time. Bye.